Good morning, dear students. We are studying the chapter 10, a mistaken belief. And the first part of that, in this chapter, we have already studied about the superstition and such kind of beliefs are there, which are following by the people. Now we can move into the second part of it. In page number 74, the second paragraph. Is there any logical basis for all these things? Why should certain days in the week be good for starting a journey and others bad? Numerous superstitions bog down the minds of the people. Instead of finding out the scientific cause behind an event, people draw out various supernatural reasons for its occurrence. Even the natural phenomena are clouded by superstitions. At a time when human beings have already journeyed the distance, heavenly bodies, the human mind remains the weakest link. It is much wiser to try and overcome the weakness by reasoning rather than accepting such weakness without thinking. Is there any logical reason for all these things? So, like sometimes we consider that people are finding some days are good and some days are not good, or some like especially for travel purpose, like some days are good for travel or for even for hair cutting. Some they think that some days are good for hair cutting and some days are not good. So, is there any reason? There is actually there is no reason. Why should certain days in a week be good for starting a journey and others bad? So, all the days are equal and there are no much variation. So sometimes people they think that if you want to start a journey, then some days are good and some days are not good. So is there any reason for that? Actually, there is no reason. Numerous superstitions bog down the minds of the people. So there are so many types of superstitions in the mind of the people. Instead of finding out the scientific cause behind an event, people draw out various supernatural reasons for its occurrence. So if anything happens, there may be some scientific reasons for that, but people are not interested to understand what are the actual cause of it or what is the scientific reason behind it, but they just consider that these are the reason. The reason is the some supernatural power. So such kind of beliefs are there in the mind of people. At a time when human beings have already journeyed to distant heavenly bodies. So now we are living in such a world where we have already reached to the heavenly bodies, like we started to travel to other planets and we discovered many planets and we are able to reach up to the another planet. But in this age also, people are or people are unable to understand the meaning of these type of things. The human mind remains the weakest link. It is much wiser to try and overcome the weakness by reasoning rather than accepting such weakness without thinking. So it is a kind of foolishness that we are without thinking, we accept all these type of supernatural powers or these type of weaknesses. Superstitious practices and beliefs exist in all parts of the world. However, they are practiced in the highest in degree in India. So it is found that it is not like that it is only available in India, but it is available or it is found in every part of the world. But it is practiced in the high degree in India. Okay, so recently I heard a news that in Maharashtra and all there are two girls in a family and both of them means the elder daughter killed the youngest one and the father and mother, both parents, killed the first girl. Two children, only two girls were there in a family and they killed. But they believed that there is something kind of a rebirth, like something. There is in order to please some goddess or something like that, they killed their own children. So you just imagine what is the condition, like what is the situation of our country now. People are unable to understand. They are ready to kill even their own children in order to satisfy the supernatural powers or superstitions. If a person starts going out for some work and someone calls from behind, it is believed that the work will not be done. People sit have a glass of water, wait for some time, and then proceed again so as to negate the effect of the ill omen. Sometimes you like imagine that if you are going to do some job or if you are going somewhere for any purpose, and if somebody is calling us back from behind, then it is considered that the activity that we are going to do is not going to be successful. So what they do is that they come back and they sit in their home and they have some water and they relax and they wait for some time. Then after that they again start their journey. So they believe that if by doing so, the ill power or the power of the demon will be getting reduced. It is strongly believed that whine of a dog indicates a death. The itching of the palm is a sign that money will flow in the house. The hooting of an owl causes disease, and a funeral procession, a cow or a bucket of water are good signs which bring success. So there are some kind of belief like a whine of a dog. Whine means the high-pitched sound. So sometimes you might have heard that the dogs are making a howling sound, very high-pitched sound. So it indicates death. And the itching of palm. So if some itching feeling is there on our palm, and if we are itching, hand is itching, it means that we are going to receive money. We will get plenty of money in our home. Okay, and the hooting of an owl causes disease. If you hear the sound of an owl, then it may create some diseases. So such kind of wrong beliefs are there. Okay, and also there are some kind of like a funeral procession. When you are about to go or when you see a funeral function is seen, then it shows that the thing that you are going to do is going to be successful. Or a cow or a bucket of water. So if any of these things are found, then it shows that your things which you are going to do is to be going to be successful one. Some people even consider things related to 7 are auspicious, while things related to 13 are inauspicious. So any things related to 7 number. So if the time take place on the 7 and or such kind of time or the date of 7 or number 7 or anything related to 7 are considered as a very auspicious, very holy one, very nice one. But number anything or related to 13, that is considered as a very bad or very wrong. It is sad to observe that many people believe in superstitions. They fall back on superstitious explanations of things. Children who are born with a free mind are also influenced in the long run with when they observe their parents and neighbors believing in such superstitions. One should not fall a victim to such irrationality. Keep in mind, superstitions is a product of ignorance. So sometimes, like children, those who are born into the family or like you all are there, so you come to know about this type of superstitions or superstitious power by listening to your parents. Sometimes your parents are telling that you don't do that, you don't do this, or if you do like this, then it will take. If you like it, if you are doing like that, then it will be taking place like this. So such kind of superstitions are told to you, and sometimes when you listen to these things very occasionally, you turn to believe in those things. Okay, so but you don't need not to believe in such kind of things. You just have to understand that there is no any scientific reason behind all these things, and we should understand the reason of all the things that we are doing, and it is just a matter of ignorance. People are telling this one, or they are considering these things because they don't know what is really happening, or they don't have the proper knowledge. Superstition decreases with the increase in knowledge. Science has discovered the real forces of nature, has banished the old bogey of superstition. The demon, ghost, and all the creations of fear and ignorance which once made humans afraid. But superstitions die slowly, and even today, silly bits of superstitions still linger. So we can find that when people come to know, so like science are there and they are developing so many, we are finding out the reason for different kind of things, and by getting knowledge, by increasing our knowledge, we will be able to escape from this type of superstition. So we know that it is been taking place. It is because of this reason, and not because of a superstitious or a supernatural power. So after when you know about this one, then it is not necessary to believe in such kind of things. Superstitions has been responsible for a vast amount of cruelty, misery and madness in old times. Humans offered human sacrifices to appease imaginary gods. In the Middle Ages, the belief in witchcraft led to the persecution of poor old women as witches, who were believed to be the agents of the devil. Even in present time, some tribals in remote areas practice witchcraft. So there were some people, those who were believing in these kinds of things, and many people were affected, or many people were even killed because of this one. There even human sacrifice was there. So killing for human for the purpose of benefits, or in order to please some gods. So as I told you just now, only I have told you that in Maharashtra recently also there were 2 children were sacrificed or killed to please the god. So such kind of things are even now taking place. So it was not very often heard. Earlier it was there, but now it is not very common. But still we can say that it is there. Do not allow superstition to dictate your thoughts and actions. If you want to live without fear, ignorance and illiteracy are the basic causes of superstition. This is the reason why such practices are mostly found amongst the villagers who are uneducated. Science has unveiled many phenomena which were considered mysteries earlier and has arrived at the truth. As science progresses, superstitions will disappear. So in the villages and all, people are still believing in the superstition, but science has removed all these type of the questions or all these problems, so we can understand that what is the exact reason for a thing to take place, and after that we will be able to make a conclusion that why this is taking place. Education can put an end to the superstition. Ignorance and illiteracy must be wiped out. People must be helped and encouraged to believe in reasoning. A scientific temper must be built, and everyone must be taught to question rationally all the practices followed blindly so far. This will help to reduce and wipe out all forms of superstition and obscurantism, which are threatening the progress of our motherland. So by educating people, when education is there, so as such a way we have to educate people and make the people, or by increasing the amount of or knowledge of science, we can try to remove all these type of superstition and such kind of beliefs from the minds of the people. Okay, that's all about the chapter. Thank you so much.